Alright. Let's do some live silver and gold price analysis. Plus, I will take a chart request or two, maybe. Look, if you are watching this on the replay, just go to the time code. It's the easiest way to go to your favorite part. But if you're watching live, you get to enjoy every single thing we do here at Good Morning Stackers, your weekdaily live show with me, Joe Main. I give a minute or two for people to come in, and then what we do is the synchronized slurp. So grab your tasty beverage. In just a second, we'll do it all together. Of course, the show is brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Have we got some people coming in? Let's take a quick look-see. My wonderful, wonderful people. I hope you've been fantastically well. Let's see if I got something coming up. And a few people watching already. I'll put the audio off right there. Great to see so many people watching. Of course, 733 subscribers right now. So a bunch of new subscribers overnight. So hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. You really get a warm and fuzzy feeling when you do. Yeah, I'd say there's enough people in here right now. Yeah, this daylight saving thing is really getting everyone's like, 8:30 in the morning, like other areas. It's just too early. But we always do it at 9:30 Australian Eastern. Well, it was standard time, but now it's Australian Eastern daylight savings time. So the time difference might be a little bit different for you. The difference would be different. Yeah, funny about that. All right, I've got enough people in now. Let's do the synchronized slurp. That's where you grab a tasty beverage. I grab my tasty beverage in my brand new daddy mug that my 6-year-old made me the other day when I came back from the other side of Australia, and he surprised me with this. So whatever mug you've got, whatever type of thing it is, let's do it. Ready? In 3, 2, slap it. That's like a cautious one right there. It's not like I've got hot liquid or anything in there. Who am I? I'm Joe Main. Yes, I'm Joe Main. I've worked in the precious metals industry in Australia for 11 years. Well, I did work in the precious metals industry, in the retail industry, over 3 major bullion dealers. It's very likely that I either served you in a store, or I spoke to you on the phone, I sent you an email, or I picked and packed an order that you received. If you've purchased metal in the last 10 years, 11 years, I possibly had something to do with it, quite possibly. And of course, you know my face and my voice, etc., from the Bullion Now channel. I started the Bullion Now YouTube channel. I launched and grew it to nearly 20,000 subscribers by the time I left the company. And then I joined Ainslie Bullion and I revitalized their channel, which was just kind of plugging along, but we revitalized it, so they're doing great guns now as well. Now I do this show every single weekday morning, and I help you, your business, whatever kind of business it is, launch and grow on YouTube and other social media as well. I have multiple clients. One of my clients is Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. You'll hear a little bit more about them. I may even plug their YouTube channel a bit later on. But of course, what we do some shout outs, then we'll get to the live gold silver analysis and maybe a chart request. GMS, hope I got the times correct. You did, Mark, Florida. Good to see you. How's everything over there, Mark? So Mark is from Florida, hence Mark, Florida. Florida man. What's going on over there at the moment? I'm hearing, so excuse me, I'm just going to fix this light. The new hurricane that's potentially coming in, it became a category 5 and now it might be downgraded. Is that right? So, tell us what's going on over there at the moment, if you can share some stuff. Morning, Jason. Morning, Jason. GMS, hi Joe, hi Mark, great. I love that you talk to each other too. Jason Ashworth says too early for the Perthians, I think. Yeah, now it's a 3-hour difference between us and the other side of Australia in Western Australia. Vanessa is back, great to see you. G'day Vanessa, GMS. And Debt is Great is back again. AG spluttering again. Yeah, silver does its thing, just like anything, goes up and down, etc. So yeah, look, speaking of, hey, shall we just do it now? Let's do it. Let's get it out of the way. Not out of the way, it's the favorite part of your day, clearly. I'm going to share the screen right here, and because the title of this video is Silver and Gold Analysis, we'll take a look at silver first. So you've hit the time code. You want to see live silver, gold, and we'll do platinum analysis as well. This is what we do every single weekday morning. Hit the like button for the algorithm. It helps me with that, and join the family by hitting the big red subscribe button. Here is silver. we'll start with silver today. Silver on the daily time frame, price in US dollars, $30.70 US cents, roughly. Okay, we're under 31. What were we speaking about yesterday? We'd mentioned yesterday a potential, and I was questioning, hang on, is that a bearish divergence? I had a brain fart. Is that a bearish divergence or a bullish divergence? And I was correct. It was a bearish divergence, which is playing out. And this is where, if you don't know, this is where you see the price of something going up, price of an asset going up, but you see a technical, usually the relative strength index. And that's why I love the relative strength index as my kind of catch-all technical indicator. There's other technical indicators I use, but mainly it's just, support and resistance, some trend lines, Fibonacci and RSI is what I use, and you can be more complicated and follow other people like Ichimoku clouds and the doji rising thing and the blah, 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 whatever. I try to keep it simple. This is a bearish divergence. Price is going up over a period, but the relative strength index is going down. Okay, so it's saying the price is going up, but the steam looks like it's running out because the sort of buyer sentiment, it's going from oversold, so like every man and his dog is trying to get it, and it's starting to go down. So that's a bearish divergence. That price going up, RSI going down, which can signal, not every single time, but can signal some, a bit of a dip happening. So we've seen that dip, okay? And we're under 31, not great, preferably not. But look, on the positive side, we are already in on the 4-hour time frame. So we are talking intraday here. We'll go to the larger time frames. We are in extremely oversold already, or we've hit extremely oversold down here. Okay, so that's a good sign that a little bottom might be forming. However, we do need to factor in a couple of things. And again, all of this is guessing, really, isn't it? And should you be dollar cost averaging? Yes, just do that. Just buy when it's up, buy when it's down, and you know the deal. But I do like to give you the weather report, as I call it. We've been here, extremely overvalued on the extremely oversold, undervalued on the 4-hour time frame. You can tick back over though. Okay, you can come back down and spend more time in here. It's possible. Just note that we've already visited there. Okay, so I would expect maybe at least today to be potentially, maybe a peak back up to that $31 level and testing that as resistance. We don't really want to see that as resistance, people. What we want this to be is a quick fake out and back above, hold a support, and then come back and hold a support. That's what you really want. You want this to shoot up very quickly, please, and then come back and test as support and do that. You do that, great. Okay, good news. What you don't want is the hovering around here. You don't want that kind of thing. Yeah, no, not good, thank you. That means you probably have the test of the new line in the sand of $29.80 US cents right there. Why don't I pop that in? That would be something you would think I would do, wouldn't it? New line in sand. I'll just type it in here. 29.80 new line in sand. Okay, we don't want to see that. Thanks. So yeah, oversold. Now on the daily though, we've got to look at the daily. You got to look at the weekly as well. But on the daily, trending down. The thing is though, we haven't spent any time, and we haven't spent any time in extremely overvalued on the daily time frame on silver since back here in. Can you see that? Yeah, my head's not there in the way. Since May. Okay, so it's been a few months, and we've even seen higher prices, right? But we haven't been back into extremely overvalued. So we do actually need, and we will obviously get back into extremely overvalued territory at some point. Question is when? It's been a while. Okay, we're due for it. So I'm going to say stay 50-50. Stay 50-50. While we're in this range, I'll stay 50-50 for now. As I've said, we close back above here, looking good for moving into extremely overvalued on the daily. If we close below the new line in the sand of $29.80, I'm going to say not great. Spiking below, that's cool, that's fine. As long as we close above it, we start closing days, particularly weeks, below $29.80, not great. Then you're at least testing here. Right, you're going to at least test there, which I think I've had that drawn in before, but you know, 29.40 area, but really it's probably more likely to be taken out, right? You'd be looking at $28, maybe, okay? That is silver, so just in a trading range, just in that range at the moment. Please get over 31, that's great. Watch out for 29.80. I know, this is probably going to be the world's quickest show. I say that a lot, but then it never ends up being that. but it really could be. Look, out of interest, because we're here, I will do, and it might be a short show, I will do silver in Australian dollars too. Let's take a quick look, because obviously we live in Australia. This is an international show, but just for my Aussie subscribers, of which I have many, because we live here, we are currently $45.50 Australian cents. Okay, 45 bucks, 45.50 Australian. Right here, we are still above this downtrend line, so that's cool. Yeah, no stress. Look, we broke out of it and we had a retest, right? Okay, and we posted this high here of $48. $48.50 in October, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Peterson got it right once again, if she's here. And a quick move though. Okay, so for me, that 43.50 level was an area. I've got that. I have that drawn in for some reason. Why did I have that drawn in? It must be an area for some reason, and I will stick with that. Don't know why. It must have been a Fibonacci. I don't know, something like that. But I've drawn it in. It must have been significant. So I will say, please stay above $43.50 Australian. Otherwise, yeah, probably down sugar's. Okay, relative strength index on the daily. We've been trending up, a little bit of a blip. Let's stay above there. Okay, that's pretty much all you need to know. Yep, that's silver in Australian dollars. Let's take a look at gold. Gold, same thing. We are below the mother of all trend lines. We've been below it for a little bit. But we are definitely below it. I have been saying, yesterday I did suggest lower prices coming for gold. Lower prices have been seen, 20 bucks. It makes no difference, guys. This is obvious stuff, right? When you look at the relative strength index and everything like that. But because we had been extremely overvalued on the daily, I was suggesting I've been suggesting for a while, since we broke above the mother of all trend lines and we failed to hold it as support. Ignore this on the daily. We've got to look at this on the weekly. Or actually, even before then, we are looking peaky with gold, and I've been saying that for like a week or two at least, probably, or has it been longer than that? So we've been looking peaky because we're in extremely overvalued on the weekly time frame. We're extremely overvalued on the monthly time frame as well. So I was saying anywhere from about here, anywhere up to here, even a spike up to here, but from here, looking peaky on gold. Yesterday I did say lower prices coming, or I had a good feeling that they were. I don't give absolute predictions, as you know. But we've seen a little dip down to $2,606 US. We're above 2,600. Okay, just watch out for this area here at around about 2,570-ish. You want to see this hold and bounce off. That would be lovely. Did I have any brush strokes in there where I said... Yeah, no, that's an old thing, and that's an old thing, so don't worry about that. So we want to see that, please. Otherwise, 2,470, you really need that to hold, and if that doesn't hold, best buy zone, 2250 to 2150. That's all I really have to say for gold. I know this is going to be a really quick one. Get your chart requests in, because then I'll spend some more time doing that. At least one chart request today. I will be more confident for rising gold in the next month or two, if when we start closing above the mother of all trend lines again. The mother of all trend lines goes all the way back to 1980 and goes through the 2011 peak. That's it. So I think for the moment, let's look at the 4 hour for some intraday stuff. I've got this massive reflection going on. We are not in extremely oversold on the 4 hour for gold, so there is definitely room to move down. And gee, what do you know? It probably looks around about... You could find that bottom there. That would coincide. So a hit of about 2,560, 2,570 would coincide probably with going into extremely oversold or undervalued for gold down here. So that seems to line up. Okay, I think that would be the biggest area of support that you would find, at least on the intraday. And let's just stay above there. That's really all you need to know. When we do, just watch the top end here. When we do break and start making new all-time highs, the next major resistance level, as you know, for me, is 2,875 to 3,000 psychological value. 2,875 is a key Fibonacci from an old high and an old low, and 3,000 is your psychological, 3,000. Okay, we all love even numbers and people place trades accordingly. It's a whole psychological thing. Yeah, man. That's it. We're trending down on the daily. Yep, on gold. On the weekly, I think you already saw it before. Double top and the relative strength index. We start cracking into here, yeah, then definitely heading down further. Okay, you start cracking down below into the normal zone of between 70 to 30 on the relative strength index. You crack back into here, beep, 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 very likely. Okay, and just watch out for those lower levels that we're talking about. Now, again, that is not panic to be set in or anything like that, because if you take a look on the monthly time frame, we've just been in a huge run and it's been great, and nothing lasts forever. Cool. So this best buy zone here is quite, for me, a very natural area where you could easily come down to and not be surprised that it does, right? That's kind of just par for course. Price go up, price go down. Price peaks, price has a dip. That's it, man. And because this is such a significant area, that's this mother of all trend lines, right? It was pretty obvious, I think. Yeah, that's it. That's gold. Wow. Let's do gold on the Australian dollar just for S and Gs. XAU AUD on the monthly time frame, 3,886. Have we lined up with anything on the Australian dollar? I wouldn't say so. We came close to the 2.618 Fibonacci, but we won't call that in just yet. Bear in mind, the Australian dollar and all foreign currencies float against the USD. So, if something happens in the Australian dollar price where it has a big dip against the USD, you could actually see this climb to that 2.618 Fibonacci level of 3,985. So it could top there, actually. You never know. But yeah, that's where we are. Look, huge run. Massive run, okay? And on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame with gold in Australian dollars, that was a big sentence, in extremely overvalued as well. Yeah, that's it. Watch for, in Australian dollars, I would watch for $3,300 right here. Watch for $3,300 as a support level. That and the psychological value of 3,000. So those are the two support levels, 3,300 Australian dollars and 3,000 Australian dollars as the two major support levels if we see a big dip. Get it? Got it? Good. That is gold and silver in both currencies. And here is platinum. We'll just do platinum in USD. Okay, so back in depressed mode. This is my depressed zone. I've got nothing more to say except let's hold. I need to put 945 back in. Where is my horizontal line? Is that it? Nope. Is that it? Nope. Is that it? That's it right there. We need to hold 945. Line in sand. 945. 945. Line in sand. Go away. That's not what I wanted. Cheeky bastard. Line in sand, 945. We need to bounce quick smart off 945 and back above the 2008 thicker yellow trend line and get back into the cautiously excited area. We did it. We got in there. I got cautiously excited. And then Lucy has pulled the football right out from under me yet again. She'll be really giving me a hard time if it closes below 945 US dollars. You start closing below here. The best buy zone comes back into play. Do I have my best buy zone? Yep, it is 900 to 700 US dollars with watching out for 840 and 870 as some support levels. But this best buy zone, okay, as I've said before, I am not buying any more platinum until it does one of two things. It goes into the best buy zone or it cracks up above my final hurdle of 1,115 US dollars, closing on a monthly time frame. I ain't doing anything with platinum. I will just watch the ride and cry. That's pretty much it. Every time it fakes me out and then heads back down. Fickle mistress that it is. That's platinum. Just watch out for those levels. I know. Don't you love my amazing technical analysis with swearing and this and all the colloquialisms? It's fun. It's more fun than just watching oh, the doji thing and the thing like up to here and here, that's not fun. You want the fun. So hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family. Gold to silver ratio out of interest has been climbing. So where are we? Gold to silver ratio, 85.4. We're back in any metals game area. I did, and I could be completely wrong. And of course, as I always say, I can always be wrong because this is just pissing in the wind. This is just, we're all guessing at the end of the day. We don't know what things are going to do exactly, but you can. I am confident still, and I'll stay confident that silver will, over the long term, outperform gold. Okay, but we've just had this little blip down here. I did say a couple of days ago, we came down to the top end of here. You could see a bounce. We're back into I didn't think we'd get back into here, into the any metals game. This is the neutral zone. Neutral zone. This is the neutral zone. I'm going to start calling it the neutral zone for all my Star Trek fans. Just out of, I'll talk about Star Trek in a second. Let's see. So we're back in the neutral zone. It's any metals game. Okay. Hopefully we don't. I like the fact that we spiked here and then we came back down. I like the fact that it spiked because it signals, maybe gold's not completely in control of the market. So a spike, that's good because we want to see that head back down through here and below 80.5. You start closing below 80.5. Go, 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 go time for silver over the longer term. We're talking, 70 to 1. We're talking 50 to 1, right? We ain't there yet, though, so we're back in the neutral zone. That's all I really have to say for gold, silver, platinum, and the gold to silver ratio. You got it all in the space of less than half an hour. Fantastic. While we're here, head over to perthbullion.com.au. Well, you can head there now. You can go there right now, and you can do two things at once: watch my show and browse the Perth Bullion Exchange website. They've brand new, new as of launched on May the 1st. Okay, brand new bullion business. They're doing every single thing that I would do if I was starting my own bullion business, and I've learned a lot after working for 3 major bullion dealers, learning all about the back end, how it all works, all that stuff. From huge customer service perspective, from the back end, what are the features that I would do, and they're doing it all, including the first company to add free shipping. You get free shipping when you buy over certain quantities. Buy in bulk, get free shipping. Why hasn't this been a thing in Australia before? You know why? Because bullion businesses didn't think it was possible, first off, and it's denial. They're going through the 5 stages of grief. All the other bullion businesses are now going through the 5 stages of awakening. We'll call it the 5 stages of awakening. They're going into the denial. They were in the denial phase. You can't give free shipping in Australia. Those people shipping costs in America are so much cheaper. You can't do it here because shipping costs are so much. So everyone else is in denial except for Perth Bullion Exchange went, what if? What if we can? They crunched the numbers and they decided for them they can do it and they want to do it. Okay? Now, are they making as much money as every other bullion dealer? No. They're taking a bit of a hit, but they're willing to take the hit because they are the Mavericks. Get it? So every other bullion dealer is in denial. Eventually, and okay. All right. I know of at least one bullion dealer that has gone from the denial phase to the anger phase. Okay, so I know of one bullion dealer that's like, that's not possible. You can't do that. Like, they're just doing this to screw everyone over, that kind of thing, right? I've heard stuff. Interesting. But then, depression, bargaining, acceptance. They'll finally get into the acceptance phase one day, and then every bullion dealer one day will offer free shipping. But go to Perth Bullion Exchange, buy in bulk, get free shipping. It's crazy. Australia-wide. They don't do international yet. And if they start doing international orders, you're not going to get free international shipping. That'll never be a thing. It's just too expensive here. Got it? But hey, their special of the week is the maple, 1 ounce 2023 silver maple as well. Of course, they featured this that's the 2023 silver maple for $1 off per coin. Then you get free shipping as well. You buy over a certain amount. And they also featured it as a video on their YouTube page, of which I am teaching them the skills of how to do it. I did it for Bullion Now. I did all the videos myself for Bullion Now, with the team and all that stuff, but I filmed basically all of them. I was the guy behind the camera with the voiceover and singing the epic unboxing intros and doing all the interacting with Michael and all the other guys. That was me, you know me. Now I'm teaching Perth Bullion Exchange how to do a similar thing, putting their own spin on it, of course, not just copy and paste, copycat sort of stuff, but they do specials of the week, and this is their special right here, the 2023 things. They get an up-close look. They're doing lots of educational stuff. Like Ricky did an educational video last week about his favorite gold and silver educational resources. Great watch, so check that out. Unboxings and first looks, lots of educational stuff. So check out their channel. Just go to YouTube and type in Perth Bullion Exchange. You'll find the channel. They have almost as many subscribers as me. And I'll know I've done my job pristinely well when they start getting more subscribers than me. That's a job well done, I would certainly say. So that's Perth Bullion Exchange. And of course, Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. Head over there. They're still in maintenance mode. Okay, won't be too much longer, I've been assured. But check them out. They are an unallocated gold program. Save and invest in transacting physical gold with a Wealthstack account, and a debit card is coming. You'll be able to buy silver as well. You'll be able to buy platinum. That's coming later on in the year, but you can buy gold right now for spot plus 1%. Again, unallocated gold program. You don't get it in your hands, okay? There's no storage fees, but it's stored for you on behalf in your name by one of the largest gold vaulting storage facilities in the world, LBMA registered. Cool. Later on, though, physical gold redemptions will be coming, okay? And there's some really good stuff coming up with these guys, particularly the debit card is coming as well. So all I ask you to do is just grab your phone, go to the iPhone store, the App Store, the iPhone App Store, or the Android Play Store, and download the app. That's it. Just type in Wealthstack, one word. Look for this symbol right here. It's very, very easy to find. This is what it looks like on the... this is what the logo looks like. Wealthstack, one word, and that's the logo. Download it, play around with it, and sign up for an account. Free to join. You've got to add ID if you want to start buying gold. They're just in maintenance mode, so you can't buy the gold at the moment. You'll get notifications of all that kind of stuff, I'm sure. That's Wealthstack, wealthstack.com. All right. Hello. Let's say a few more hellos to people. Oh, Tony Peterson is in. I'm going to pop up this thing now. Is that a bit better? Yeah, got a little bit more light. Tony Peterson says, "How dare you, madam? How dare you, madam? I was 8 minutes late, Joe, but nice to hear. nice to hear you say I was right. You were right last time. Just so I don't have them on me. Just so you know." Tony Peterson's integrity. Let's just quickly talk about Tony Peterson's integrity. We made a bet with each other a few months ago that silver would not hit 48 Australian dollars by the end of the year. No, by the end of October. You're very confident it would hit by the end of October. I said, no, I just don't think it's going to get that high. And then in like 2 weeks later or 1 week later, it hit 48. Right? And so we bet a 1 ounce silver coin. I was all ready and raring, like, address things, so many things. She goes, no, I'll send it to you. You get the silver. I'm like, what? She goes, I'm going to send you some silver. That's cool. So go, Tony. And of course, you should be, that's right. You should be, if you're interested in your more collectible coins, your numismatic sort of stuff, particularly the Silver Shield stuff, of which I was a Silver Shield member. I think I still am. Do I still pay for the thing? Silver Shield member for a very long time. Chris Dwayne's Silver Shield stuff. Tony's the one to see. If you want all the limited mintages of the Silver Shield products, see Tony. Okay, she's the one to hit up. Joe getting his daily whipping from Platinum Mistress. Oh, we're getting a little bit. How's your father there? Tony Pearson says, I'm in Australia's cyclone area. Oh, I didn't know. Usually where it is forecast to hit. And where it actually hits. Is a bit different. Yeah, that's right. So let's get some quick little forecasts. See what's going. The long east coast of Florida, yep, will have weather variations from hurricane to calm, similar to, I imagine, the east coast of Australia. Yeah, though nowhere near as long. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Anything more from Mark there? No. We have a comment from Pete Repeat saying Putin is buying silver. Maybe that will help. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. How Russia is, it seems to be, now they're in 2025, they're going to be adding silver to their state reserves. So if they're the first country to do it in this modern bull market, we're not in a bull era yet, bull market, will other countries follow suit? I think they will. It's looking good. All right, people, we are going to do chart request time. Let's take a chart request. Post now. I will allow, if I'm going to give preference to something I've never done before, but if we don't have anything that I've never done before, we'll do something I've looked at before. Tony Peterson, if you want me to do copper again, maybe. But let's see, is there anything else that someone would like me to take a quick look at from a chart perspective? It could be a stock, it could be a crypto, it could be anything you want that I can find a technical chart for on tradingview.com. If I can find it, I will take a first look at it. I don't care what the fundamentals are, I'd like to know about them, but you just tell me what the ticker is. Could be anything from around the world, and I will take a first look at it. Give me one sec. This light thing is annoying me. It seems like the more light in here, the darker it gets. I think it's trying to compensate. All right, people, do we have... Here we go. So, debt is great, says chart of GDX, gold miners ETF. Okay. I may have done that before, quite possibly, but if not, I will... Well, you've gotten in first. Tony Peterson says, I don't ever gamble by principle and wouldn't have claimed the bet. Oh... So I circumvented the bet without prejudice by sending it to you first. Yeah. Love your work though, Tony. Okay. All right. Let me just check. Have I done GDX before? I think I have. Give me 1 second. Because I think I did because it was in my list, wasn't it? GDX. Let me see. Yeah. Did I recently do, and then did I look at it for you guys? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Let me have a quick look. No. Okay. I'll just see if there's any others very quickly, and then we'll get to chart request time. I just like to be right, says Tony Peterson. Being right is good enough. Okay. Chart request time. We're going to take a look at GDX, the gold miners ETF. Fantastic. It's been in my little watch list for a while, but I actually technically haven't done a first proper look at it. I've just been kind of casually monitoring it. So let's take a look at GDX today. If this could be good for many people, if you think gold is going to continue to have a good rise, miners can tend to have a brief time in the sun outperforming the gold spot. Okay, so it's important to have a look at. And what I will also look at the same time, just as an added bonus, debt is great, I will look at the GDX to gold ratio at the same time, because I do have that ratio up as well. I think I've been watching that, but haven't done a proper technical analysis of it. So let's do that. So look at GDX and the GDX to spot gold ratio. I will share said screen. So this is GDX. Okay, it is the so I presume this. I'm going to presume this is US dollars. I'm pretty sure it is. No, it is USD. Okay, so 38. So it's 39 USD as of right now. So what is a gold miners ETF? It's tracking a basket of mining ETF stocks. Okay, so of mining stocks. So an ETF, an electronic traded fund, or an index. Okay, are better to be in than individual stocks. If you're bullish on gold miners, why bother about trying to pick the best gold miner? Okay, just buy, in my humble non-financial advice opinion, if you're bullish about gold mining stocks, just buy a gold miners index. Okay, the easiest way to get exposure without worrying that one particular company that you get into goes bust or doesn't find anything or whatever it is. Cool. So let's take a look. Interesting. Okay. Right here. So let's do some quick, I'll do some quick fib to start off with. I'll take it from this high and this, actually I want to just check one thing. Let me just check something. Yeah, no, okay. So I'll take it from this high and this low. It's going to be the obvious one. From there and from there. So that's the fib. Gee. What am I going to say next? Gee. What do you know? After posting this high of 67 US dollars back in the peak of the bull run in 2011, and the low of $12.50 in the peak of the bull low, of the spot gold low as well, and roughly in 2015, has the Fibonacci levels, these little lines right here, have they seen some confluence? Looks like they might have, okay? Right here in particular, you can see that we, after posting the low right here, we made a play to get higher. Technical term, to get higher. We found some little bit of rough support, broke down, and then 1, 2, few points of resistance. So the 0.236 maybe, yeah, some resistance right there. You can definitely see here though, look at that, right up to the 618. Yep, 0.618 Fibonacci from that high and that low. And then support right there, resistance at the 50 mark, resistance at the 50 mark right there. Yeah, nah-ish, a little bit of support there. So I think it's the Fibonacci is in play for me. I would call that. Yeah, I call that in play. Now, I want to show you something out of interest. I'm not saying that this is, and I might do this as a separate video. I think I will. But out of interest, there are times when you can use the Fibonacci ahead of time to figure out what a low could be in a market. Doesn't mean it will. I'm just going to show you, give you a quick little heads up here. Okay, I'm going to move this out the way because you want to see a bit more of that. Why wouldn't I do that earlier? There you go. If, for example, if you believe that Fibonacci is a thing, and if you had have seen when we posted a high here in 2011, and then we posted this first little blip here, and then we came back up, okay? You might go, and this is real hindsight stuff, okay? So ignore, probably pretty much ignore what I'm saying right here. But you could do the Fibonacci and go, I'm going to take it from the high, and I'm going to try and line it up with a main Fibonacci level. Okay, well, we've just posted this low down here. Okay, so let's see, if I line it up, if we go into a bear market, where could we line up? Let's see. Oh, that doesn't really line up. What you would actually really want to do is you'd want to line it up with this as well, if possible. You go, oh, was that low? Okay, yeah, that seems like, oh, that's a possibility. Okay, and you go, oh, right, around about that kind of area. Yeah, okay. Oh, and that line, oh, see, that lines up there, and that lines up there. Oh, and gee, what do you know? That's at the 0.786 level. We talk about the 0.786 level quite a lot. Again, I am just like take a look. I'm doing that kind of thing, okay? I'm being silly, but this is a thing. It can be a thing. So you go, gee, if we were to go into a bear market from here, I'll find some correlation between some Fibonacci levels, and gee, look at that, that and that. And then you go, oh, well, look, if we do have a bear market, a reasonable bottom would be here at $12.30. Okay, and then since what happened? These remained, these two things remained, and then there's that, you know, confluence there with those 2 points, and then where are we? Right there-ish. Okay, it's not exact, but we came almost down to the bottom. I'm not saying you can do this with every single thing to find the perfect bottom. It was doable with silver. And I can't prove it because I didn't make a video about it. But before we posted the bottom in silver in 2020, I did do this Fibonacci thing, and it took COVID happening, and it hit exactly. So I can't prove it. So yeah, just pretend I'm lying. But anyway, that's a helpful thing to find potential bottoms. But anyway, GDX, I'm waffling. Right there's the bottom. So I would say, what else do we need to know? Let's see, right there. There you go. That's positive. Okay, we are back above that trend line. So that's a good sign. Okay, so great sign for GDX so far. Here's the long-term downtrend line, roughly. Okay, and we are currently back above it. We are hovering around the 50, the 0.5 mark on the relative strength index, on the Fibonacci from this old high and this old low. And on the relative strength index, we are trending up as well. This is on the monthly time frame too. So GDX for me is looking really promising. Okay, and I'm bullish. I will be bullish gold miners from a certain point. We will take a look at the GDX to gold ratio to see where we are there. Okay, because it still might be better to be in gold spot at the moment rather than gold miners. Okay, but price-wise, if you're just looking for fiat dollar currency appreciation, it's looking in a positive spot. I would imagine you might come back and test on the monthly time frame You might come back and test here at the $37 mark. It's $2 difference. Who cares, right? We're above here, but what you would want to see is, again, on the monthly time frame, we've broken above this trend line. You want to see this and a quick move back above the 50 mark right there, this Fibonacci, and then that. Okay, that's what you want to see. That's really positive. Very, very positive. I will give it some leeway and say, even if you do this and it's a fake out, it would have to be a quick fake out and quickly back above. That's cool. I'm okay with that too. You don't want to see it closing below here. Not great. Okay, so I'm going to say, this is what I'll do. Right here, I will say line in sand, and that's at whatever that price is, 33.30. $33.30 USD line in sand. You do not want to close below 33.30 roughly. You could, you could call it between here and here. So I'll actually give it a range. My apologies. I'm going to do it. See that little spike right there? You could fake out there. So I will give it that range. There is my line in the sand. I'll call it there. Cool. Don't close below there. Thank you. Preferably bounce off here. My getting excited line and my final hurdle line. As you know, I like to use the 618 as the getting excited line. Okay, I'll be cautiously excited if we bounce off here. That's really good. So you could take a position, you know, around here if you wanted to. I'll put the getting excited line though. Getting excited line at the 0.618. That's at around about, what's that level? 46 US dollars. And my final hurdle. Isn't it amazing how this stuff lines up? Look at that. Touch, lower later on. Crazy. So the 0.786 is at $55.25 roughly. Final hurdle monthly close right there is at $55.25 US cents. Just call it 55 even if you want, because that very much lines up, you can see, with that previous high here, that previous there, that's the 0.786 right there. So that's the, you know, go time, baby, like going to see probably all-time highs. And out of interest, the next all-time highs I would watch out for to take some profits, depending on when you get in, but it's going to be somewhere between, you could call it the $100 mark as well. You want to take note of it's a psychological value. So take a note of between there and there. Okay, so I'll put a rectangle. Normally I might do the 2.618 and the 4.236, but I'll just be cautious and I'll say here is some kind of profit taking area. Now, is that ultra conservative? Yeah, it could be. And that's fine, but profit taking area doesn't mean you sell it all. It means you sell enough to recoup your initial investment maybe. Hey, buying down here at, even here, at $40 right now and selling at 100, you've more than doubled your investment. Sell half on double and just ride the rest. See where it goes. If it starts tracking back down, then just sell the rest of it, right? You've still made a great profit. Cool, so there's your profit taking area between 100 and 155 US dollars. Conservative, okay? Because miners can do really, really well when they take off versus the spot price, okay? So let's take a look at now GDX versus gold. I've had this drawn in for a while. Okay, so this is now tracking the ratio of the GDX, the Gold Miners Index, versus spot gold. As this is going down, spot gold, physical gold, is winning. As this is rising, it's better to be in the gold miner ETF, cool, the gold mining index. So we've been on a long downward slope, okay? It's been much better. I mean, this is obviously this goes back to 2000 and something. That goes back to 2006, okay? So long-term downtrend for a while. We did break out of it in, that's going to be the COVID low. What do you know? Is that going to be March of 2020? There you go, February, March of 2020. Then we quickly rocketed back up. So, hey, good news is that we're back above this downtrend line right here. That's good. And we've remained above it. Also looks like we are curving around. And that's a good sign too. Okay. It's starting to form. It's technically a lower low, but it's not on the same rate of descent. Yeah. So you're forming a much more of a bottom area here. So could this be the thing now? Could that be it? And then we just... Yeah, quite possibly. On the relative strength index on the monthly time frame, we've broken it. Technically, we've broken it. Okay, if I show you this, and this I think will be, this is the one and only chart request we'll do, so we won't do any more. Out of interest, on the relative strength index on the monthly time frame, gee, what do you know? We broke out of it, came back and tested as support, and broke back out. So we're actually, and that's a higher low as well on the relative strength index too. So see that? That's a higher low, that from that. So that's positive. Okay, so positive, looking so far so good for gold miners versus gold. This could be the absolute bottoming point right here. So you could potentially, not financial advice, I don't do that. This could be the very bottom of the new run up in gold miners versus being in spot gold. Okay, does that mean you sell all your physical gold just to buy the gold miners index? No, you just, hey, you might consider, hey, I've got a bunch of spare dry powder. Gee, the gold to GDX to gold ratio is looking interesting. Maybe I'll just put a portion in my gold miners as well. Okay, understand though, the stock market is probably looking at a eventual 50 to 80% downward movement, as we all believe, and I believe silver and gold, the stock market will fall probably 90% or more in relation to silver and gold, okay? But because gold is going up, gold miners can obviously be very profitable. So this would be one sector where I think it would be safer to be in stocks in the mining industry, in the gold and silver mining industry. Okay, they tend to do very well when gold and silver start to be in their bull market eras or their bull eras. Okay, which is coming very close. We're in a bull market. We're not in a bull era just yet. The bull era starts when we have asset rotation or capital rotation from the stock market and real estate, etc., into precious metals. That's where every man and his dog is piling in. Okay, but it's looking good. So yeah, looking good. Fibonacci. Again, this is against the ratio. Okay, I would start. Do I ignore the COVID low? No, I do not ignore the COVID low. Geez, look at this. Okay, isn't that weird? If you had have taken this from this high and this low, okay, you see how up here, it doesn't quite correlate. It's just a little bit off. It's a tiny little bit off. Who gives a crap, right? But out of interest, we had the COVID low, and now watch this right here. Watch the 2.36 line match exactly. When I do this and then I go down to there, gee, what do you know? It matches up. Isn't that crazy? So we are in that trading range there. If you wanted to be ultra conservative, you would say getting excited. I don't think I would personally do this, and I might be going against my rules here, but that's kind of, I would actually say that's the final hurdle. I would say that's the final. You remember how on the platinum monthly time frame, I have my final hurdle of 1,115. Now that's based on the 0.236 Fibonacci from an old high and an old low. So very similar here. That's a clear area of resistance. Okay, so this is so easy to see. So this means nothing. I'm not like whoever, right? But that's the final hurdle for me. You start closing above the whatever this ratio number is, 0.0236. Just watch this, right? It starts closing months above there. Really good. Go time. You might consider getting in now just to take that riskier play. Bear in mind, it is a riskier play. This could fall straight through on its butt. I don't know, but this would confirm for me, oh man, that's looking really good. And you still have a lot of room to move as well. So for example, if you started buying here, if you waited, you started buying here, and you only, say, took it up to there, that's a 34% increase. Who doesn't want to increase their fiat dollar currency by 34 or whatever. Okay. Oh, and by the way, sorry, this is a ratio. So this is the GDX against gold. Okay. So imagine buying gold miners here. Okay, and then selling it 30%. So you get 30% more gold in your hand. Okay. Oh, hey, you want to wait to the big resistance point, which is around about here. Okay, that's at the 618. Funnily enough, gee, what do you know? Big area of resistance around about here from this high and this low. Crazy, hey? That's an 88% move. Okay, so consider, hey, you wait until here. I'm not saying doing this. You might want to get in now. You might already be in, and that's great. Consider waiting this as an indicator, and you go, geez, it's probably got like possibly 88% move. You buy some mining stocks here, the mining index here, and then you swap it for gold when it gets to here. 88% more gold in your hand if you had have just bought gold in the beginning. That's the power of ratio. So that's the GDX. And look, let's talk blue sky thinking just for a second. I don't think we could break the all-time high in this ratio. Because we're already halfway here. Look, it's possible. So let's do the real blue sky thinking. And if we sail up, and out of interest, since this ratio has been in existence since August of 2006, we have never been in extremely overvalued on the miners versus the spot gold. Okay, so your more likely resistance point is here. Okay, so there is room to move, but it's not a huge amount of room. That probably honestly coincides with that 88% move there. So really watch. I would watch that. I would watch this here as a profit-taking area. Let me pop that in. Could be completely wrong, could sail through it, right? But just watch it, okay? Profit-taking area here-ish, okay? So that's my take on that. You can get in here. Hey, if you got in here and you took profits around about that profit-taking area, that's a 200% move. If you want to be conservative, though, wait for confirmation and still get like a 90% move. Okay, that's still really, really good. And you're mitigating your risk at the same time. If, however, we do go hog wild in the miners for some reason and we shoot through here and we go into extremely overvalued for the first time ever, then, okay, cool, look up here at I would say the 0.1. That would be a psychological value, I think, the 0.1 area. So watch it here at the 1.618 level at 0.1. That's it. Watch that. You could sail through, but just watch 0.1 as probably the most likely all-time high in this ratio. Okay, 0.1, where each index of the mining stock is worth 1/10 of an ounce of gold. Can you imagine that? Crazy. That is GDX and the GDX to gold ratio. And final comments, and we'll get out of here. I'll put my glasses back on, hey? Let's see. A few comments, a few queries. There is some weight to the theory, says Tony Peterson. There is some weight to the theory of the stock market. Oh, according to the moon cycle. If I can find the pic again in my screenshots, I'll send it to you, Joe. Yes, please. Send it to me via email at gmstackers@gmail.com. gmstackers@gmail.com. Send me all your subscriber show and tell, the pictures of your stack, something you found at your local coin shop, something, interesting bit of news, an article you want me to talk about, all that kind of stuff. Send all that stuff that you'd like me to. Show ideas. I love show ideas. Why don't you talk about this and that? And I'll put them in my little drafts folder as a, to do. So do that. But yes, please send me that, please. And yes, in terms of the moon thing, yeah, I've seen that too. The whole moon thing. I've seen it in crypto. There's a few people that are like, they follow the crypto cycle and the moon cycle and the this and that, the full moons and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Let's see. Debt is great says, interesting point about the GDX. Yeah, it's still well below the 2011 high. Yes, yet gold has doubled. Yes. Gold Australian miners have underperformed physical, bit like silver. Yep. Tony Pearson says they're holding the reins until the last lap when they do let it gallop. Yes, it's not going to be pretty economically. Yeah. Joe, you should do a show on the birth of the USD as the world's reserve currency. Yes, history often repeats the pangs on the birth unit would be similar, is my guess. Yes, Federal Reserve, all that stuff, Jekyll Island, all that. And thanks for charting. Joe, you are very welcome. I hope all of you find that interesting, particularly my new subscribers and anyone watching this show for the first time. So that is the end of said show for Wednesday, the 9th of October, 2024. My name is Joe Main. You've been watching Good Morning Stackers. Send me emails with stuff. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I might be doing an interview with Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange, or that might be happening, Friday. Friday, I won't be having a show, just so you know, because I will be in transit. You might get a show. Hopefully you get a show later in the day, but I don't know. I'll be traveling like 6-7 hours in the car up to New South Wales for another performance. Not a U2 thing, just a my cover band thing. So no show on Friday, people, unless I do it from the road, like a live stream, just like a chat. I won't be able to do live gold, silver, platinum analysis, but we could possibly have a quick chat, maybe. So maybe you do. It might be more of an on-the-fly thing. So assume no show on Friday unless you get a random notification that we are. And of course, that has been...
Good morning, Stack. Oh yeah, we're feeling fine.
Gotta dance it out, baby.
Good morning, Stack. It's podcast time.
All right, grab
Grab a tasty beverage. Let's get in the groove.
Let's do the
Synchronized slurp. Now
in
we're
3,
on the move.
2, 1. Slurp it, people.
Good morning, Stack.
Oh yeah, that was good. Good water. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Potential interview with Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange. We'll see. We'll just have fun. Hey, stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking. See you tomorrow.